Good Wednesday morning, my dear church family. I hope that you're doing well. You're in the middle of a productive week. Hope you're looking forward to Bible study tonight. But of course, I hope you're also living your very best life in Jesus Christ. Well, before I start, I'm sure somebody out there is going to tell me that I got the title backwards. And it's certainly not the way we generally hear it, but let me explain. Life is like a roller coaster with plenty of ups and downs, good times and tough times. It goes without saying that you and I are having these kind of experiences. I don't know how you ignore them. They just happen. We all have to face struggles on this evil planet Earth. I mean, it can be a cliche. Life has its ups and downs, but when it hits you, it's more than just a popular saying. Many people, many wise people, have tried to give advice as to what to do during this time. Albert Einstein said life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you have to keep moving. Of course, I always said that it's harder for the world to hit a moving target, but that's neither here nor there. And occasionally, the truth is, all we want to do is to stay in bed and pull the covers over our face and stay there. We feel lousy. But yet you must keep moving and pushing forward even when you're facing a particularly difficult situation or something you absolutely dread. You've also got to recognize and appreciate the good moments when you have them. And people try to be helpful, one step at a time, one day at a time. Good advice. I remember seeing a story of a girl who received a bracelet in the mail from her boyfriend, but it was no ordinary bracelet. It was beaded. On one end was a black bead and on the other was a white bead. The attached note said that the white bead carried water from Everest, the highest point in the world, while the black bead carried mud from the Dead Sea, the lowest point in the world. I thought, well, that's a great illustration. Sometimes you're on the top of the world, and another day you're at a new low. It's not very helpful to deny the down times, and very often when someone cares and asks if we're okay, what do? We politely and untruthfully say, oh, I'm okay. See, the thing is, our good friends know that's not the case. Maybe we don't want to admit we're struggling, worried, scared, sad, or under some kind of attack, either an earthly attack or a spiritual attack. It's not always bad to be stoic, but we need to be careful. There are downsides to that as well. It can make us proud and self-sufficient. It can lead me to say, well, I don't need anyone's help. I can manage just fine, thank you. And that's where good friends are such a blessing. And it also says, if we're not careful, I don't need any divine help either. Maybe we don't realize that God can and does make an offer to help us. God cares that you're hurting. But of course, we do need to take a step of faith toward the eternal God. Maybe when others have let you down, it's the only solution you have left. Things get to be beyond our control sometimes. Let's admit it. Asking for God's love and help means that He is there to offer advice, comfort, and strength. Whenever I think about this, I'm reminded of Psalm 57, where David is on the run for his life as King Saul tries to kill him. I mean, think about it. This guy talked about the highs and the lows. One minute he's being anointed the king of all Israel. The next minute he's got a jealous madman after him trying to kill him. He's a refugee and he's in serious, serious trouble. He says he feels as if he was in, quote, the midst of lions and forced to lie among ravenous beasts. I mean, here's a good man, truly fearing for his life. He's distressed, he's scared, and he's helpless. But here's what he wrote in Psalm 57. I cry out to God most high, I cry out to God most high, to God who vindicates me. He sends from heaven and saves me, rebuking those who hotly pursue me. God sends forth his love and his faithfulness. For great is your love, reaching to the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. David realized that God is in control. He rules over heavens and the earth, and no one can threaten God and get away with it. God knew David personally, and you notice that David didn't try to deny what's going on. He didn't act stoic. He didn't act like he didn't need God. He faces the terrible situation that he's in, but he doesn't take his eyes off God for a moment. So confident is he in God that he takes up his musical instrument and starts to sing and make music. That's where the song came from. He is very sure his God will help him in this time of crisis. Yeah, you may not need to go into hiding, though I'm sure sometimes we want to, but you may be scared or afraid. We need to take a leaf out of David's book. His solution wasn't just trying to fix up his own problems, but he trusted a loving and powerful God to solve the problem. There's no problem, no heartache, no disappointment that's too small or too big for God to help us. And that's one of the reasons why we need to call for him in the downs and the ups in life. He knows our difficulties. He wants to help, and he will never let us down. All we have to do is ask. So if you want to think about this a little bit more, please join us this evening at 7 p.m. as we continue to explore this same theme in the writings of Paul. As Paul reminds us that Christ is the source of all our strength and contentment in these situations. And I don't know about you, but especially when life is down, it's comforting to know we don't have to face this big, scary world all alone, isn't it? I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope to see you this evening at Bible study one way or another. I want you to know that I am, as always, here should you need me. And I truly love you all. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.